Hello, we're back again. Let's continue.
Midnight each day.
On Valentine's night,
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10.
Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep.
I'm a grave digger, Doctor.
I was at home,
David is my husband.
all on my lonesome.
Stabbed him with a steak knife.
Nothing changes.
I'm a qualified angel of death when I'm dancing.
You get this day over and over.
Hilda,
I black out,
I don't think she's got long.
And Laurie just,
naked on the beach.
Hannah.
Is that it for today?
Well, alrighty then. She finished with Bryce. Hello, Claire.
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today. I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway, but it's also where they died.
Okay. Like house?
I stood for a while, looking across the water. It's peaceful there. It's the place that makes me feel the most. There was a girl there, by the lake, only about 9 or 10. She was fishing, if you can call it that, with one of those nets on a stick.
There was a girl?
I don't know why I talked to her. She looked sad. I don't usually talk to children, but she seemed different, special. I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I, Doctor?
I mean, I guess. Yeah, you can talk to her.
I don't know anything about that. Perhaps you should...
Yes, you can talk to her.
Good. It felt nice. I felt like I was being nice. I felt human. So I can find her and talk to her again, Doctor.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer.
I can't say yeah, I'd say yes.
There's very little I'm not willing to...
Okay. Let me just... Yes, you can see her again.
Sorry. Good. It felt nice. I felt like I was being nice. I felt...
You felt... human?
I don't know.
Being nice?
Sorry, I don't know. Good. It felt nice. I felt like I was being nice. I felt human. So I can find her and talk to her again, Doctor.
Yes, you can find her again.
Then I will.
Well, I pretty much said that, but I guess it wasn't good enough. Mind games! Okay.
I don't know why I talked to her. She looked sad. I don't usually talk to children, but she seemed different, special. I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I, Doctor?
Special?
I don't know. I suppose she just reminded me of me.
Is
I
it
spent
you?
a lot of time alone as a child.
Is it her as a
She said
child?
she was trying to catch some strange creatures that she's seen in the water.
Some strange creature?
I don't know. Minnows, probably. Everything's strange when you're a child.
Yeah, Okay,
I don't know why I talked to her. She looked sad. I don't usually talk to children, but she seemed different.
Why was she sad?
David had been hunting again, and, well, she's seen some of the skins he hung around the lake house.
David hunting is hunting again?
Could you narrow it down a bit?
Ugh. She found the skins?
Animal skins. David hunts, then skins. It's horrible, really. He's not really good at either job, so the skins still have great lumps of bloody carcass hanging off them. I'm sure he'll get better with practice.
Okay.
David had been hunting again, and, well, she's seen some of the skins he hung around the lake house.
How is David doing?
David wasn't there. Or at least I didn't see him. I didn't go inside. I forgot my key, and the spare was missing.
The spare was missing?
I see what you're trying to do, but I really don't know anything about that.
Well, of course. Missing key.
I'm sure I had a spare key for the lake house, but I can't find it anywhere. I don't really need one if David is around.
Okay. We're getting all these stars out, so that's good. The lake house still has
I
stars.
stood for a while, looking across the water. It's peaceful there. It's the place that makes me feel the most. There was a girl there, by the lake, only about 9 or 10. She was fishing, if you can call it that, with one of those nets on a stick.
Okay, it's...
Are you bored?
Shit. It's... peaceful?
Perhaps we should change the subject. You seem to be struggling.
I'm not struggling. Nets on a stick?
I don't...
I didn't think so. Fishing?
She lives on the other side of the lake. She must be new. I haven't seen her there before.
Okay. Okay, so why is Hello Claire still
It's
Tuesday?
the anniversary of my
Oh,
parents'
parents.
death.
I didn't talk about the parents' death at all.
I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway. But it's also where they died.
How did your parents die?
They died of carbon monoxide poisoning. I was staying at a friend's house. Otherwise, I would have died too.
You were at a friend's house?
Do you think I killed my parents?
No. I would... No, I didn't. I don't. What? Think that you killed your parents.
It's okay if you think I killed them.
Well,
You wouldn't be the first to draw that conclusion. People can be so cynical. I'm used to it.
carbon monoxide. What? Nope. Side. I'm gonna say that.
I'm not sure. It was a faulty boiler, I think.
Okay. It's only one more star.
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today. I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway.
Oh wait, did I ask her about Valentine's Day? Where were you on Valentine's Day?
The day Dr. Dekker was killed, I had a session with him in the morning at my usual time, 11 o'clock. That was the last time I saw him.
The day Dr. Dekker was killed.
I don't know anything about that.
I don't know why I said that. You had a sesh.
Dr. Dekker made me an offer that I couldn't refuse. I'll be taking it to the grave with me, though. As the tea.
Turned. What offer?
Dr. Dekker was more animated that day. Excited, even. He talked a lot.
Why is that? Why was he excited?
There's very little I'm not willing to talk about, Doctor. But I'm afraid I don't know anything about that. Dr. Dekker was more animated that day.
More animated?
Instead of his usual sarcasm and rebuttals, he seemed genuinely excited. Presumably he had a date.
A date? Ooh. Oh, there's no follow-up on that. I'm gonna try to get more out of how her parents
They
died.
died of carbon monoxide poisoning. I was staying at a friend's house. Otherwise, I would have died too.
I don't know what else I could ask. Which... Ooh, that's a good question. Friend were you staying with?
I don't remember my friend's name. She was a girl from my school. Vicky? Charlotte? It's not really important.
Well, sorry.
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today. I went to the Lakers. I always go to the Lakers anyway, but it's also where they died.
Why do you go to the lake house? You did? Oh. Anniversary?
It was 12 years ago. I was still very young. Too young to be an orphan anyway. I had to toughen up quickly.
12 years?
I see what you're trying to do. It was 12 years ago. I was still very young. Too young to be an orphan anyway. I had to toughen up quickly.
Toughen up quick.
I was a young woman in possession of an enormous fortune. Lots of people, lots of men saw that as an opportunity.
Large fortune?
I don't have an answer for you.
Opportunity?
Some tried to seduce me. Some thought I wanted a new daddy. Most of them were the same age as my parents. And yet I'm the one here talking to you. I was a young woman in possession of an enormous fortune. Lots of people, lots of men saw that as an opportunity.
Lots of men. Okay. Orphan?
Sorry, I don't know anything about.
Young?
Are you bored?
That's not using words.
I was a young woman in possession of an enormous fortune. Lots of people, lots of men saw that as an opportunity.
Young woman?
Sorry.
Well, I think we got most of it anyway, but let's move on to Elin. We've spent a lot of time with Claire today. Hello, Elin.
I haven't had a great day, to be honest.
Oh.
Someone accused me of stealing from my patients, which I would never do. Plus, Hilda's getting worse.
Bad day?
I don't really have anything to tell.
Stealing from your patients?
I don't know. Sorry.
Why did they think you were stealing?
That's not really important.
What?
Ask me something
But
else.
you just said stole from your patients?
I'm not sure about that.
Okay, Elin. Girl.
I haven't had a great day, to be honest. Someone accused me of stealing from my patients, which I would never do. Plus, Hilda's getting worse.
Okay. Great. Accused you from... Fucking... No. Stealing?
Sorry, no.
Hilda?
Hilda's the one I mentioned in our
God.
last session. She's dying. I can tell. I need to see her before it's too late.
How can you tell?
I can sense it. You know? It's like when you're outside and there's a sudden change in the light or the air feels different and you know it's going to rain. It's like that. I always know when one of my patients is fading, even before the doctors know. Their energy changes. It sounds silly when I put it into words. I sound like my mum.
Their energy?
I think we've got a bit off track.
Okay, well, this is not follow-up anyway.
Hilda's the one I mentioned in our last session. She's dying. I can tell. I need to see her before it's too late.
Why do you need to see her before it's too late?
To help her finish her unfinished business. People who are dying always have things they wish they could do before they go. We leave a lot of loose ends in our lives. We're very messy that way.
Loose ends?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think I have any loose ends. I don't know what that says about me.
I don't know.
To help her finish her unfinished business.
Unfinished business?
Hilda wants to see her daughter. She's in Australia, so I'm going to have to use my talent.
Okay. Your talent?
I can change my skin.
Oh boy.
What I look like.
Oh.
I can turn into a
Oh, no.
patient's loved one. I just hold their hand and ask them to imagine that the person they want to see is sitting right here next to them, and
I don't like that.
I become them.
And you like shapeshift, you're a
That's how I
shapeshifter?
help them move on.
Okay.
That's how I comfort them.
Are you a shapeshifter?
I feel like you're asking me questions.
I don't think that would work. You change your skin?
I don't know how it works. I just know that it does.
How? How?
No. That's not a question for me.
Ugh. How does it work?
I don't know. Are you happy, Doctor?
I am just... Yes, I am just so happy.
You seem happy. You have a very positive energy.
Thanks. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
I can change my skin. What I look like. I can turn into a patient's loved one. I just hold their hand and ask them to imagine that the person they want to see is sitting right here next to them, and I become them. It's how I help them move on. That's how I comfort them.
You become them?
No, it doesn't hurt at all.
I didn't
don't
ask
think
that
it's
exactly.
a physical thing. I don't think my body actually changes. I think it's more like an illusion. Like my energy changes or something.
An illusion?
It just sort of fades when I let go of their hand. Obviously, I can't see myself, but I feel it leave me. If you get what I mean.
Help them move on?
I only shift at work to help my patients. I don't have any interest in using it as a party trick or to deceive anyone.
Deceive someone?
I feel like you're asking.
No, sis.
It just sort of fades when I let go of their hand. Obviously, I can't see myself, but I feel it leave me. If you get what I mean.
I don't, but it fades. No. You feel it leave you?
I think we've got a bit off track.
Maybe I should check my notes, but nothing's there, so sorry.
I only shift at work to help my...
Help your patients?
I don't know.
Only at work?
I don't really...
Shifting only at work? No. Do you like shifting?
That's not really important.
Okay. Why do you shift?
I've shifted a few times now. I honestly couldn't tell you how many.
Okay. That wasn't exactly that, but...
It just sort of fades when I let go of their hand. Obviously, I can't see myself, but I feel it leave me. If you get what I mean.
Holds their hand?
It only lasts for as long as I'm holding the hand. I think it needs that connection.
Connection?
I'm not sure about...
Yeah, there was no follow-up to that.
I only shift at work to help my patients. I don't have any interest in using it as a party trick or to deceive anyone.
Party trick?
I feel like you're...
Deceive anyone?
I don't think I'm deceiving my patients when I shift. I'm helping them.
Okay.
To help her finish her unfinished business. People who are dying always have things they wish they could do
Okay.
before they go. We leave a lot of loose ends in our lives. We're very messy that way.
Okay. only on people dying?
That's not really important.
People dying? No. Dad. Messy?
Dr. Dekker almost certainly had unfinished business. He didn't know he was going to die. But it's too late now. That's why I have to help Hilda while I can.
Dr. Dekker?
Yes, I had a session with Dr. Dekker on Valentine's Day.
I was going to ask about Valentine's Day anyway, but...
3 o'clock, I think. Just a few hours later, he was... I still can't get over it. Actually, I had a hot date. It wasn't anything serious, just some guy I know.
That's nice.
It was a nice date, different to what I'm used to.
A date? Different? What guy?
His name is Max. He's really sweet, but I don't see a future between us. He's not really my type.
Okay. Max?
I've known Max a couple of years, but this is the first time we've been on a date. I don't think he's boyfriend material.
Aw, poor Max. Not your type?
I think we've got a bit off track.
Committed. Sweet. Alright.
Actually, I had a hot date. It wasn't anything serious, just some guy I know. But it was a nice date, different to what I'm used to.
Okay. Where was your date?
I'm not sure about.
Where did you go on your date?
It was very traditional, old-fashioned, you know? Dinner at a nice restaurant. Then we went for a little walk along the pier. Held hands, had a bit of a kiss. Then he called a cab and I went home, alone.
Okay. On the pier?
I don't know.
The beach?
I don't really... It was very traditional, old-fashioned, you know?
Traditional?
Sorry.
Okay, I was hoping... No, I'll leave
It was
finish.
very traditional, old-fashioned, you know? Dinner at a nice restaurant.
I should ask for the
Then
restaurant.
we went for a little walk along the pier. Held hands, had a bit of a kiss. Then he called a cab and I went home, alone.
Okay. Nice restaurant.
No, that's not a question for me.
Walk along the pier.
I think we've got a bit off track.
Went home alone.
I don't really have...
Held hands. Yeah. Okay.
It was very traditional, old-fashioned, you know? Dinner at a nice restaurant. Then we went for a little walk along the pier. Held hands, had a bit of a kiss. Then he called a cab and I went home, alone.
Dinner?
I'm not sure about that.
God. I asked about the stealing like 4 times. What did they accuse you of stealing? Holy fuck.
This? Well, it started with this. It's a locket. Alice, one of my patients, gave it to me before she died.
Why did she give it to you?
It was the one thing she held on to right until the end. Her most treasured possession. She said she wanted me to have it. You don't argue with a dying person's last wishes.
Why? Last wishes?
I don't know.
Oh wait, that didn't have a follow-up. But there's notes. Okay, so Ealing accused of stealing said it started with a locket. Started with. Okay, right. What else have the patients given you?
I have a few other things. A watch, a ring. One patient gave me a little china bird. They're not valuable, just trinkets, really.
Just trinkets?
Strictly speaking, all of the patient's belongings should be passed on to family members after they die. But Alice's son never visited. He didn't care about his mum. Why would he care about some worthless piece of jewellery? It just doesn't feel right to me. What do you think, Doctor? Am I wrong to keep the locket?
Yes, you should return it.
I feel like you're...
Yes, you shouldn't keep it.
That's not really important.
Yes, it is wrong.
Really? I don't see the harm. Alice wanted me to have it. You and Terry and all the other nurses just don't understand.
Terry?
Of course it was Terry that accused me of stealing. One of the other nurses. She's actually trying to make out that I'm some kind of HSK.
What is HSK?
Healthcare serial killer.
Oh,
You know, like those nurses that kill loads of their patients. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, because a few of my patients have died on me, and some of those patients have given me gifts, Terry thinks it means that I've been killing them off.
That doesn't have a follow-up. That's weird.
Really? I don't see the harm. Alice wanted me to have it. You and Terry and all the other nurses just don't understand.
Alice wanted you to have it?
Alice was one of my favourites. She never held back, spoke her mind about everything. But she had a wicked sense of humour.
Okay, that does not follow up either.
Really? I don't see the harm. Alice wanted me to have it. You and Terry and all the other nurses just don't understand.
You don't see the harm?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna move on. Stuff to do with the date
It
stuff.
was very traditional, old-fashioned, you know?
Just like not saying the right
Dinner
thing.
at a nice restaurant. Then we went for a little walk along the pier. Held hands, had a bit of a kiss. Then he called a cab and I went home, alone.
Okay. Dinner at a nice restaurant.
Sorry.
What restaurant? I need to know. Please tell me more. Did you meet with anyone else?
I don't really.
You went home
I feel like you're.
trying to piss me off because I don't know what to ask exactly because nothing is working. Had a bit of a kiss.
I'm not sure.
Are you going to see him again?
That's not really important.
I need to know. I mean, this is really important to me. Took a cab.
I think it was about.
Oh my
11
god.
when I
Really?
went
That
back.
was it?
I'm sure you could check with the taxi company if you really wanted to. If you think I need an alibi.
Do you think you need an alibi? Oh, it turned yellow. But the notes. Maybe Jaya should check Elon's alibi. Alibi?
I think we've got a bit off.
Okay, well, I remember that. Ask Jaya. 11?
That's not really.
I don't know why. There's nothing that much else.
Yes, I had a session with Dr. Dekker on Valentine's Day. 3 o'clock, I think. Just a few hours later, he was. I still can't get over it.
Can't get over it?
I'm not.
You.
Yes, I had a session with Dr. Dekker on Valentine's.
You had a session with Dr. Dekker.
Dr. Dekker seemed fine on Valentine's Day. He seemed to be in a good mood. It didn't seem like anything was bothering him.
I thought the slash here is in this too. He's good mood.
We talked about families, I think. Our mums. I probably spent far too much time talking to Dr. Dekker about my mum.
Does he have a lot of family?
No.
Families?
Sorry.
Your mum?
My mum's a nightmare. I said she was into all this new age stuff, right? So she thinks she can tell me what I should be doing all the time because she got a message from her spirit guide that said I'm not eating well, or I'm not getting enough sleep, or I'm not looking after my inner moonbeam, or whatever. It drives
Sounds
me
annoying.
nuts. But she's my mum. I love her, so I have to take it.
What can you do? It doesn't have follow-up either? It's weird. It's not that weird, but...
We talked about families, I think. Our mums. I probably spent far too much time talking to Dr. Dekker about my mum.
What is Dr. Dekker's mom like?
Sounds like Dekker and his mum had a few issues. That's what I liked about Dr. Dekker. It wasn't just him asking me questions and analysing me. He talked about himself as well.
Well, maybe that was a bad thing. He talked about himself.
Mainly he talked about being a therapist. Said he had a few patients like me, you know, with special gifts. He said not all of them were as enlightened as me.
Oh.
Well, you know, I know what I can do is special. I see it as a good thing. But apparently some of his other patients saw their abilities as a curse. Dr. Dekker hated that. He said he wished they could all be more like me.
Yeah, but some of their gifts weren't that great. Especially that, like, looping thing. Like, that doesn't sound like that great of a gift.
Sounds like Dekker and his mum had a few issues. That's what I liked about Dr. Dekker. It wasn't just him asking me questions and analysing me. He talked about himself as well.
They had a few issues. Issues? Analyzing him?
I feel like you're...
I don't know why I spelled it that way. No,
Sounds like Dekker and his mum...
Oh my god, how'd that happen?
Sounds like Dekker and his mum
What's
had a
happening?
few issues. That's what I liked about Dr. Dekker. It wasn't just him asking me questions and analysing me. He talked about himself as well. I think we've got a bit off track.
Well, whatever, I'm done. That's gonna bother me now.
Sounds like Dekker and his mum had a few issues. That's what I liked about Dr. Dekker. It wasn't just him asking me questions and analysing me. He talked about himself as well.
You liked Dr. Dekker? Okay.
Sounds like Dekker and his mum had a few issues. That's what I liked about
I don't know why I
Dr.
keep
Dekker.
playing this one.
It wasn't just him asking me questions and analysing me. He talked about himself as well. Really? I don't see the harm. Alice wanted me to have it. You and Terry and all the other nurses just don't understand. Really?
I keep forgetting to freaking press this. You don't see the harm? Why did I say that? Why don't the nurses understand?
The bond I have with my patients is not the same for the other nurses. They don't have my special talent.
Does that have a follow-up? Alright, does that follow up? Okay. Well, I guess I'll just move on anyway. Next time we'll do Mariana and Nathan.